Okay, so that is the official kickoff. So we will let the others call in and catch up. Sorry about the technical difficulties, but I think we're okay. Thank you guys for calling in. This is the first of 2 July workshopies, and a whole bunch of good stuff to talk about today. You know, this morning, wow, what a morning. Unbelievable. We got sales rolling in from all over the Southeast. Alicia up in Kennesaw, Georgia, hit the board. Anna in South Carolina. I didn't do that. Hit the board. Tom, Florida State. Chris, Georgia Southern. I went out with Emily this morning, and we stopped into a cell phone repair place, and we were going back this afternoon to sign him up to the page 1 with the additional coupon in the book as well. And then we went across the street to another cell phone repair place and talked to them, and now they're on board too. And they had never been approached even by Campus Special. So we have a follow-up with them on Friday. So, you know, whatever we're doing today is working, so let's keep doing it. Off to a great start. So let's start the call. First of all, I'd like everybody to just mute your phone manually if you would. I'm going to leave our conference line open for a couple of guest speakers today. But that way, if you mute your phone, we have no background noise, and hopefully our messages get sent out clearer or more clearly, if you prefer. So, all right, a couple of housekeeping items. Number 1, so we're sending out a new and improved return on investment worksheet today. Yvonne and I went back to the drawing board, and we simplified the original version so that it's easier to use, makes more sense. And at the very bottom, we included a piece to walk you through how to show the customer how to recoup their investment, which is just simply telling them how many students would we need to send through their doors before they start making money. So we'll send that out via email right after the call. And then to follow up, Yvonne's going to contact everybody, and she's going to certify everybody on how to use this sheet. For most of you, it should be nothing more than a refresher. But for some that we just brought on board recently, this will be another chance just to practice and hone your skills on the return on investment conversation, which, as you guys all know by now, is paramount to every conversation we have. That is what is opening the doors and getting these customers engaged. All right, second housekeeping item for today is the end-of-day reports. Guys, this has been spotty at best, but I want to be very clear with everyone. At the end of the day, we need you guys to send to Yvonne and CC me your end-of-day email. All right, this talks about your activity for the day, appointments that you have coming up for tomorrow. At the end, you have to tell us what your win for the day was and your challenge. These are so important, guys, because this is one of the ways that we identify how we can help you. If we know who you're going to for an appointment, we can help you strategize. You show up there so that you feel really confident going in, and you've got what you need to get them to hit the line. The challenge lets us know where you're struggling, how we can help you specifically in your market. But these end-of-day emails, guys, these are a job requirement. So from tonight on out, I don't expect us to have to chase down anybody to get an end-of-day. And I need to tell you guys and be very clear, not sending these is grounds for dismissal from the internship. And for all the hard work you've put in to this point, I don't want to see anybody fall out because you can't send us an email. So just remember, these emails are for us to help you. You guys calling us during the day is an opportunity for us to help you. This isn't punitive, and it's not to micromanage anybody. But the more we talk, the more we can help you. And I can tell you this summer looks like last summer and the summer before and the summer before. And that the people who are sitting on top of the sales board are the ones who are calling us 2, 3, 4 times a day. You know, Chris at Georgia Southern, that guy calls Yvonne 2, 3 times every single day to talk about the next meeting, the next plan. So you guys need to be calling us as much as possible. All right? All right. So those are the 2 housekeeping things. We'll send out an ROI sheet, and you guys have to start emailing us end of days and call us. Remember, I'm the needy girlfriend. I miss you. Okay. So what I want to talk about today going forward is the common struggles that I'm seeing while traveling out in the field and working with you guys. and I just want to touch on a few of them really quickly. So one thing I've seen a lot of is just poor utilization of time, poor grammar. No, poor utilization of time. So this translates into poor organization and unnecessary amounts of driving. So, I'm doing a lot of driving across town and back, going to these customers' places. A lot of the times we don't even know if they're going to be in or not. We're just kind of rolling the dice. And it's okay doing a drop-in, but you need to have a plan before you start out so that you're just going to make a big loop in your market and not drive all over Tarnation and back. So spend some time the night before, guys, even if it's 15 minutes, and plan out your next day so that you're not driving as much, you're not losing time, and you're not spending gas money. All right, the next thing I've seen is just kind of a lack of persistence. And this is you guys also being organized and knowing where to go back and doing multiple drop-ins. They kind of tie together. So earlier in the summer, I had one of the account executives try and impress me by saying that she'd been into this business 5 times that summer. And I asked, you mean 5 times this week or 5 times this summer? She said this summer. And I said, look, if you're going to impress me with persistence, you'll go in 5 times this week. Now, is that overboard? Yeah, probably. But there's nothing wrong with stopping in every couple of days, especially now as we approach the print deadline, guys. We can't wait anymore, and you need to let every customer know, hey, our print deadline's coming up. I can't wait anymore. We got to go. We got to move. Let's go. Chop, chop. So if you guys have sent out emails, give them 48 hours and send another one. And then the subject line, put print deadline approaching. Let them know right away in the subject line that they need to read our email. So the more you use that print deadline approaching, I promise you'll see more movement. If you have any doubts about whether this works or not, talk to Nick out at UNC Wilmington. I went out there last week. He and I spoke about it, and we sent that message that day, and the appointments started lining up, and he pulled in 2 sales later that week. So use that print deadline approaching. Third thing I was seeing a lot of, too, is just not closing. And I know that we've tried to do some extra training and follow-up. I asked Clint to create a video to give you guys some of the ways that he does his closings and give you some different options. And the biggest thing is pulling out the paperwork at the beginning of the meeting. So it's already out on the counter, and it's not a big production. But at this point in the summer, we need to go right at those closings, and we need to ask them. And I'm empowering all of you on this call right now. You are allowed to ask the customer, what is your price point? Tell them, look, I need to earn your business, and we're running out of time. How much do you want to pay for a coupon? And that's going to start a negotiation. It's going to start a conversation. So they're going to give you some crazy numbers that we can't do, and that's okay. Just tell them, look, that's farther than I can go. Here's what I can do. And just start negotiating. And then call us. Call Yvonne, call me, or call Clint, and we will close the deal for you. But go right at that. Most of these people are giving us excuses to not buy because they just want a really good deal. Hey, guess what? Good news. Now's the time. All right, so take advantage of the sale prices. Make sure you tell them the full rate first, and then tell them what a great offer we're running. And if they won't move, ask them, all right, what is it going to take? You guys are allowed to ask that. The last thing, too, I'm saying is just kind of objection handling and going back to the no's, right? The most frequently asked question I've gotten so far is they already told me no, so how do I go back in? Well, each one could be a little bit different, and this is where calling me or Yvonne or Clint to strategize before you go back in will make all the difference, because we'll give you a reason for every single one of these people to go back in. And again, the biggest issue that we're running into is just price. So go back in and let them know, hey, I wanted to stop back in. We're coming up on our print deadline. We've only got a few weeks left, and we're running a ridiculous sale right now. Give me a couple minutes. Let me show you what I can do. I promise you that we can come to a solution that you'll like. So if you have no other idea why to go back in, use that. Tell them, look, our print deadline's approaching. I wanted to talk to you one more time. Give me a price. So if you guys use the print deadline and go right to the price, I promise you guys are going to see a lot of traction, a lot of momentum. We saw it all last week. I saw it earlier this week working with the teams. Emily and I just went out and did it, and we set up, like I said, a follow-up appointment for this afternoon. We got a cell phone guy now on Friday. We've got 4 other appointments she set up that we're going to give the same message. All right. Now that I've rambled on for a long time, it's time for a guest speaker. I'm very excited. We're now going to have Clint, who is, as you know, working out in the field with you guys as well. I'm going to have Clint talk to you guys about the new Build Your Book sale. This is running in addition to the Midsummer Mega Sale. They both expire next week on the 15th. And Yvonne just sent out a sheet last night that has both sales and their prices on one sheet. So you guys need to take time to print it or pull it up on your phone and run with that to all of the customers. That is what's driving these sales. So, Clint, are you there, sir?
I'm right here, Brad.
All right, dude. Take it away, my friend.
All right, thanks, Brad. And a quick observation that I've made working out here in the field, too, is I'm seeing a lot of customers saying, come back at the end of summer, or I'll think about it. I'm interested, but I'm not sure. Guys, this is the time where we need to start making that push, create that urgency, and find out what's it going to take to earn their business. So that print deadline's coming up. We don't want them to miss out. So go into all those places that are on the fence or thinking about it and find what it's going to take to get them on our side. And call us, call Brad, call Yvonne, call myself, and we'll make it happen. But also, first I want to say, awesome job carrying that momentum into the call today. The sales coming in right before were awesome, so let's carry that momentum into the rest of the day. And if you're not in on that, make sure you add your name to the list today. But first, I want to talk about making sure that we're filling up every single book with tons of great businesses that all the students are going to love to visit. It's really important to have books filled with places that you go on a regular basis, because we're college students. We know what places we're going to go to. So these are the places we want to sign up. This is going to ensure that the students who get the book will also go to those places, and they'll love the coupons from the book and use them. The more coupons these business owners get back, the more likely they're going to be to stay our customer year after year. So let's just make sure that we're going to every single restaurant, every bar, salon, apartment complex without skipping a single one. And remember, if we don't fill this book, we can't print the book. So if that does happen, you're going to have to go back into all those businesses that you already sold to and refund your clients' money. You're going to have to go to every customer and explain to them that we couldn't sign up a business, enough of them to print out the book this year, and you're going to have to give them their money back. And we've never had to pull a printed coupon book while at Campus Special. So we don't want your market to be the first. So that's why we're doing this awesome sale right now.
Joins the conference.
So far, it's working really well. So let's review the details of the sale. It's called Build Your Book. And the first thing I want to point out is these premium sales are insane. And if you have anyone that has any interest in these premium spaces, this is going to get them on board. So right now, our outside front cover and 2 standard coupons is only $2,400. So one standard coupon is normally $900 with a sale price of $799. They can get that outside front cover and be the first business that anyone sees when they touch that book. That's gold. Any business on that front is going to get a killer return. And just show them this book. Show them, walk them through all these premium spaces and show them if you're here, you're going to get noticed. And even give them the book, and they'll see which premium space they like the best. That outside back cover with 2 standard coupon is $2,200. That's one of my favorites, and that's one that with this sale, we're going to move every single one of them in every market. Also, we have the inside front cover and 1 standard coupon for just $2,000. The inside front cover and 1 standard for $18, or the outside and 1 standard coupon for $18. And then the page 1, so that first page in the book, and 1 standard coupon for $1,600. That's a great deal. That page 1 is awesome. Everyone that I've showed it to that it's still available in their market is jumping right on it, and page 2 is just behind it. So for $1,400, these prices, they should not only help you sell more of these cover spaces, it's also going to increase your commission checks, but it's going to help you build and add pages to these books. It's going to make these books stick with a bunch of great businesses. We need to continue to stop into every single business to find out if they want to generate more revenue from college students, and this is the way they do it. So show them these premium spaces and pitch big. These are going to be sold with this sale, so show every customer you have these spaces in this deal until it runs out. So last week, we sent out the tip of the day video about closing. We need to spend a few minutes and watch this video again before we go back out today and go to our next customer. I remember last year when I was doing this internship, I would watch that video almost every morning because I wanted that to be fresh in my mind before I started my day. Those extra tips that we're getting, those are going to help us out so much. So here's just a few important tips because, as Brad mentioned earlier on the call, asking for the close has been a little scary for some of you. And yeah, it is at first, but the more you start putting yourself out there and get out of your comfort zone, the more effective you're going to be, more confident, and then you're going to start seeing those commissions coming in, because that's the way to close the sale. So just a few things I wanted to go over as far as closing. One tip is be confident and always ask for the close. So this book works really well for these businesses that target college students. So you should have no worry in the world getting their business, asking them, let's sign this contract today, let's make it happen, because this works for them. So always have confidence going in, and make sure you're doing this in every call. Another tip, and Brad mentioned this earlier, the print deadline's coming up, so we need to stress urgency. If we have those customers on the fence, we need to get them on our side as soon as possible. Some tips on how to do that are we send out our paperwork every Saturday. We want to get you signed up today so that we can send this out and we can start working on your art as soon as possible. That way we have some time to go back and forth to make sure this artwork is exactly what you want it to be for the fall semester. Or you can always push that urgency saying, this book is getting stacked and we want you towards the front of it, because that's how you're going to get noticed the most. Sign up today and you're going to get there sooner than you sign up next week. The third tip I wanted to point out, asking, is this something you're interested in, is okay. It's better than not asking at all. But if you really want to see some results coming in, you need to give them the option between things. So rather than saying, do you want to do this, yes or no, you say, do you want to do this bundle or this bundle? Do you want to go for the front cover in 2 standard spaces, or do you want this back cover? And giving them those options, they're going to start thinking, which of these do I want, rather than do I want to do this? So try doing that. Try telling them, because you're the college expert. You know your market. You are a college student. So give them some recommendations on what you think would work really well for them, and always pitch big, because that's how they're going to get the best return, and give them those options. And then even if it's a price thing, if it's out of their price range, ask them. Say, okay, well, what's the problem? And if they say, what's the hesitation? She signed up today. If it's a price thing, find that price point out. We're at that point where I know this is going to work great for your business, and I want to get you signed up. What value do you see in one of these standard coupons? What's a number that you can commit to today, and we can work from there. And then once you get that number, that's when you get us on the phone, and we can start negotiating. And as you see, we've got these crazy deals going on, and we want to earn these businesses. And with negotiation, we can make this happen, and we can get all these businesses on board. So watch this video. Send me your 3 takeaways from it at the end of the day, and send in your email tonight. Once you've watched it today, go with these learnings and set a goal for yourself to not go home today without closing a sale. So now I'm going to pass it over, and we're going to hear from one of our top sellers this summer on how he's asking for the sale and how he's been able to sell all of his cover spaces already this summer. Chris Smith from Georgia Southern, he's killing it. He's already sold over $14,000, and he's just getting started. He's got a lot more lined up. So, Chris, I'm going to pass it over to you, buddy. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here, Clint. Hey, everyone. I'm Chris from Georgia Southern. Brett asked me to share with how I've been able to sell, get so many customers on board this summer. There are 2 topics I'll go over today. The first is how I'm selling the cover space. Firstly, you have to stress a sense of urgency to the customer. Tell them these spots are super limited. To the owners, it's like a race amongst the other businesses, to claim the best spot we have to offer. I also like to remind them, these spots are going to offer them the most exposure, going to get the best returns on them, and in turn bring in more students to the businesses. Lastly, I like to make it a competition as well. For example, I'll tell the owner that their local competitor down the road is also seriously considering getting this spot as well. So, they should act now and sign today before they do. They can get that spot, and, of course, they don't want to be left out and not have a spot at all. So, it makes them, compete, everyone likes to compete for the best spot. Second topic is how I ask for the sale. This is one of the most important steps of the conversation. Like Brad said, it doesn't have to be a big production, and this is how I go about doing it. So after I build up the value and prove it's going to work to them, I tell them a standard coupon is normally about $900, but the bundles are the best way to go because they're going to save you the most money and get you more for your money. So give them the option of either the bundle with 2 standard coupons and 1 online, or 3 standard and 2 online, and then work from there. Don't give them the option of backing out, so there's going to be less of a chance to get a no or I'm not interested. Find out what they're interested in, find out their budget, and work something out with them and our managers. But if they say, no, we don't do print, or we're moving to online, or, something, similar to that, trying to get you out, or simple no, they're going to be stubborn. Just tell them, reassure them, why print works, how it's going to work for them. But sometimes you can't beat them, so join them. Say, well, since you don't do print, let's look at our online options, work from there. They're not going to have an excuse because I just told you they do online. So then you're going to make another sale. And yeah, like Clint was saying, give your recommendations, offer what you think is best for them, and, get their opinion on it, and, work on it from there. A good line I like to use is, I think, whatever coupon insert there, I think the 2 standard 1 online bundle would work great for your business. However, the deadline for the artwork is coming up really soon, so let's go ahead and fill out the paperwork so we can get you in the spot, get you a spot in the book, and have your ad looking perfect in our coupon book. So yeah, when you combine pitching cover spaces with how I asked for the sale, you should be able to increase your commissions, sell your cover spaces, and fill your books with more than enough pages to print, which will make, giving out the books much more fun in the fall. So thank y'all, and good luck for the rest of the summer, and I'll hand it back to Brad.
All right, thanks, Chris. Excellent points that you just shared with everyone. I appreciate that. Thanks for speaking with the team today. All right, guys, so look, we are past the halfway point in the summer, and we are getting ready to start looking at sending some of these books to the printer later this month. Right, so this means that we have to move faster than we have so far, and more importantly, we have to get our customers to move faster than they have so far. So again, how do we get the customers to move faster is the question. Well, we need to create that sense of urgency for them to meet with you or to talk with their partners or just to make a decision, right? How do we do this? Well, there's a couple of different ways. The first is by leveraging the sales that we have going on until July 15th. Let them know these prices are incredibly low, but they're only good until next Wednesday, the 15th, right? So push them to meet with you tomorrow. Ask for an appointment tomorrow. If they say no, ask for it for the day after. We've got to let them know, hey, it's that time of year. We got to go. We're almost out of time. So remember, you have to tell them the full rate price of any item or bundle before you tell them the sales price, right? Tell them the full rate first. Otherwise, they don't realize how low these sales prices really are. So the other way to create a sense of urgency, other than the sales, is the one that we can use for the rest of the summer and that we need to start using today. And that's telling them, hey, we've only got a couple of weeks before we have to send our books to the printer. So let the customers know they're running out of time to get in the book. And this needs to be part of every conversation, every email, and every voice message from now until the end of the summer. We need a reason for them to engage. That's the reason. So let them know that we'll need time to create their ads and get them approved so that they can't wait until the last minute to make a decision. The same message needs to be sent to every corporate contact. Anybody out there who's been emailing and not getting a response, send a new email, and in the subject line, put specifically print deadline approaching. That subject line needs to make them want to read the email. So use that. You can also put in their hurry, only 2 weeks left, or 3 weeks, or 4 weeks. You need to send another email to everybody that hasn't responded to you at this point with that in the subject line. Don't be afraid to push them. We've got a great way for all of these customers to make a huge amount of revenue this year, but they got to move fast, right? So get the word out there. They have to move faster. You have to move faster. We just need to start moving faster. And that's actually, to wrap things up, guys, that's my song of the week. It's called, you guessed it, Move Faster. It's by Fingertips. So take what we've learned today, get out there, move faster, get your customers to move faster, and I promise you'll start closing a lot more sales by using these sense of urgency tips and asking for the sales. All right, so thanks for calling in. I appreciate it. And get out there and have a successful afternoon, and call us. Thanks, guys.